And another follow-up Periscope from the other two that I just did is the founder and CEO of AWeber from back in 1998 when they started. He also had another thing that I forgot to mention in the first video. I actually want to do a different video on it, but he talked a lot about expectation. And what he says about expectation is show them what kind of content they're going to get, and he wants you to, in the very top of the email and possibly in the bottom of the email, let people unsubscribe at any time, otherwise you're going to get complaints. Just let them do it, and always let them be able to reply to your emails. He was really big on letting them know how often they're going to receive emails. If your website makes it sound like they're going to get these types of emails and you're going to get them once a month, then all of a sudden you start sporadically sending 3 in 3 days, you're going to see likely a spike in complaints in the spam rate. Okay? Back when I was doing more of the opt-in and the email stuff like this, the standard, it probably still is 1 in 1,000 per spam complaint on your list. Typically, if you had 2 or 3 out of 1,000, it wasn't a big deal. But if it was gaining over time, if there's a pattern, if it was getting worse or stayed really high for a while, typically they might talk to you or they might shut down your list. So you really want to keep it a clean, engaged list. Also, the spam complaints show up in the feedback loop through the different ISPs and email providers. It doesn't make you look good. It can probably affect your inbox rate as far as getting them out to people, getting your emails read, and even getting them in the inbox to begin with. So that's something to keep in mind. Set the expectations, let people know exactly what they're getting. I personally think that's what's cool about Facebook and Twitter is people go on there and they say, well, I trust Facebook, I trust Twitter. I know I can subscribe or unsubscribe it, like or unlike it anytime. I know how it works. Been doing it for years. Lots of pages. They get to look at your timeline or your wall, and they get to see what kind of content you send out. They get to see how often you send it out by looking at it. And so it's just very obvious to them what they're going to expect. So that's why I like Facebook and Twitter a lot. Some people use email every day. I know for sure a lot of people use Facebook.